Thanks for tuning in to Check This Out Mathematics. And in this second part, we are discussing Pythagorean theorem, Pythagorean triples, and three formulas that generate Pythagorean triples. And so that's where we are, and now we're starting the first of the three formulas that generate Pythagorean triples in this second episode. And so I encourage you to like this channel and subscribe to it, and stay for all the episodes until you can check out what I have behind me on the wall here. And so let's recap what we from the previous episode. We had talked about Pythagorean triples, A, B, and C that fit, or that are solutions to the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And we're going to show a formula that generates Pythagorean triples where the c value is one more than the b value. Okay, and so in the previous episode we talked about the Pythagorean theorem, and we talked about Pythagorean triples. Those are solutions for the Pythagorean formula, the Pythagorean theorem. And now we're going to get into a formula that generates Pythagorean triples where the c value is one more than the b value. So let's show how this formula can work. First, what we need is a basis. So let's choose 3 as a basis number. All right. And then we're going to do some manipulations on this number 3. So let's take 3 and double it and add 1. And so that will give us 6 plus 1 equals 7. All right. Now let's take 3 and double it, and this time add twice the square of 3. So 3 is our basis, and these are the manipulations that we're making on the number 3. And so 2 times 3 is 6. And now here, we're going to take twice the square of 3. And so that means we need to square 3 first, following the order of operations. So that's twice 3 squared, which is 9. And that's 6 plus 2 times 9 is 18. And 6 and 18 gives us 24. Okay. So we chose 3 as a basis number. And then we doubled 3 and added 1. And that gave us 7. And then we doubled 3 and added twice the square of 3. And that gave us 6 plus 18 is 24. And now this is taking shape here. And so now because now you can see that 7 is the A value and 24 is the B value. And remember that the C value is 1 more than the B value. So we're going to bring this all together. 2 times 3 plus 2 times 3 squared plus 1. We're going to add 1 to the previous manipulation. And so that gives us 6 plus 18 plus 1, and that's 25. And that's our C value. So with the basis of 3, we have manipulated 3 in such a way that we have found one of the Pythagorean triples that we introduced in the previous video. That's 7, 24, 25. Okay. All right, so that's the process for the formula. And so now let's formalize that formula by showing it with some a variable, a letter in place of our basis. And so we're going to call that variable, or that basis, m. So we have a basis equal to m. And then let's remember what we did with that basis. First, we doubled it and added 1. So that's 2m plus 1. And that gave us the A value. Right? And then we doubled it and added twice the square of that basis. Okay, we doubled it and added twice the square of that basis. And so that would be 2m plus 2m squared. And that gave us the B value. And now we remember that this formula that we're illustrating here is where the C value is 1 more than the B value. So we're going to bring these A's and B's together in such a way Let's say that we have twice the basis plus 2 times the square of the basis plus 1. And that gives us the c value. Okay, and so that is our first formula for generating Pythagorean triples. Okay, so let's write that down as a formula for that generates Pythagorean triples. And that's 2m plus 1, and then 2m plus 2m squared, and then 2m plus 2m squared plus 1. That's our formula that generates Pythagorean triples. So this formula will give us an A, B, C, where A squared plus B squared equals C squared, and C is 1 more than B. It's our first formula that generates Pythagorean triples. So it's pretty remarkable here. We have this Pythagorean theorem, A squared plus B squared equals C squared, and then who knew that there was formulas that generated Pythagorean triples? Pretty remarkable again. All right, and so let's check this out a little bit more. Okay, remember that we had a basis of 3, and that generated the 7, 24, 25. Pythagorean triple. And so this is our formula, 2m plus 1, 2m plus 2m squared, and 2m plus 2m squared plus 1. And so now let's write down those other Pythagorean triples and their basis for that we discussed earlier. So we need to make some room on this slate here. All right, so we have, if we use m equals 1, let's just put that as a title here. We can get the A, B, C of 3, 4, and 5. And then if we use 2, we can get the Pythagorean triple, 5, 12, 13. Touching this up a bit. There we go. And then the basis of 3, as was shown earlier, we had the 7, 24, 25, Pythagorean triple. And then, as you can imagine, if we keep going with a basis of 4, that would give us the 9, 40, 41 Pythagorean triple. And so I encourage you to take each of these basis values and run it through this generating formula and see that this comes out to be true. And so if we have the basis of 5, that gives us the 11, 60, and 61 Pythagorean triple. And with the basis of 6, we can get that last one that we presented, the 13, 84, 85 Pythagorean triple. All right, so check this out. Here is our Pythagorean generating formula at the bottom here. And that formula is based upon these m values. And if you run these m values through this Pythagorean generating formula, you would come up with these Pythagorean triples. And so that you can do that on your just for fun, right? Math is fun. Yeah. And see that that all works out. And so now in our next video, we are going to go through our number 2 formula that generates Pythagorean triples. Okay, that's what's going to happen in our next video. And so tune in for that. And like this series of videos and subscribe to the channel. And Mr. O'Donnell will be back in the next one.